Religious indoctrination has caused the death of millions of people throughout all of human history, all in the name of a faceless chameleon god whose will aligns with the will of those men who wish to control others.
Would you explain the specific prophecy in Isaiah that the Messiah would be nailed to a tree, crucified 600 years before the Romans, at least 600 years before the Romans even invented crucifixion?
What is the prophecy? What's the verse?
The exact verse, I don't know. I believe it's Isaiah 58. Someone here help me. But it talks about him specifically being nailed to a tree. It goes on to specifically say, not a bone of his body shall be broken. And by every gospel account, his bones were not broken. It gets very specific into the fact that he would be crucified on a tree. I think
Crucified? It didn't say crucified.
Nailed to a tree.
The New Testament word for crucify is stavro, which means to be impaled on a stake. There was no tree-shaped, T-shaped crucifixion in the first century Rome. That came later. In fact, there was no cross symbol in early Christianity until about the 6th century. Before that, it was a fish symbol and the shepherd staff. The whole idea of this T-shaped tree came from pagan mythology centuries later.
I'm going to start with a really simple question. What is the earliest writing of the New Testament? I'm going to give you a head start. It's not Matthew. Most Christians do not know or care that Paul's writings are the earliest of the New Testament. Paul writing sometime, 40 to 50 AD. Guess what Paul does not write about? He doesn't write about the empty tomb. He doesn't write about the virgin birth. He doesn't write about the miracles. Well, why not? I mean, did he consider those irrelevant to his apology of Christianity? Did he think they were really, myths? Or had those myths not been created yet?
Late great Carl Sagan has a chapter in his book, The Demon Hunted World, called I Have a Dragon in My Garage. I have a dragon in my garage. Would you like to see it? It's really cool. You open the garage door, you look in. I see some paint cans, a ladder, a bicycle. I don't see a dragon. It's an invisible dragon. Oh, an invisible dragon. Well, I got some infrared cameras here. We can detect the body heat of the invisible dragon. Well, you see, this dragon is a cold-blooded dragon. It doesn't give off any heat at all. I have some spray paint. We'll spray no, it doesn't stick. It's non-corporeal body. We'll put some flour on the floor, and then when it walks around, we can see its footprints. Well, you see, this dragon hovers above the ground. The fire-breathing dragons. I have some other equipment here that can measure fire. This is a special dragon. It has cold fire. So Carl said, what's the difference between an invisible, floating, cold, undetectable, invisible dragon and no dragon at all?